pairing up means it has to be a king and king only, or DeWolf is empty days. Here's the river. No days, school days, DeWolf down.
Well, and I will tell you that Roland DeWolf is one class competitor.
Recent third place in the WPT event at the Bellagio, but he's not going to be making the final table. The edge is out.
Big surprises on this table. Not only Tony Bloom, now Roland DeWolf knocked out. And Roland, it was going so well and then just went all wrong.
That's pretty much how I would sum it up.
You had a real relationship going with Brian Little in seat number 1. I think 4 times it got folded around to your small blind and 4 times you raised them.
I think the correct thing in this structure is to raise if it's unraised, no matter what your holdings in the small blind. But each time when he came back over the top, I felt he had a hand and laid down.
You were playing a very conservative game. We come back from the break, the blinds are up, and all of a sudden you switched gears at that moment. Why at that time? Because of the blind increase, or you just wanted to take charge of the table? What was going through your mind?
I found that the blind increase meant I had to try and take a few more blinds because it was getting more expensive each round. I felt the table was there for the taking, and then situations just occurred where I felt that I had the worst cards in the situation, and when I have the worst cards and I think I can't get the other player to pass, I fold.
Early going, you really played tremendous poker, and it was a pleasure watching you play.
Thanks,
Give
guys.
us a pick.
I think that Achilles is going to win.
Always a pleasure to watch Roland DeWolf. Now we'll be watching the other 4. Achilles Kalakis, says Roland. Let's see if it happens.
No one to play with? There's always PartyPoker.com.
Down to 4, and this heat could be wide open. The chip leader right now, Tim Flanders, who's been up, down, is now up again.
Action on Achilles Kalakis. Will he be?
Raised to 20,000 total.
And take advantage
Pass.
of the Achilles
Call.
heel in Mark Goodwin in this pot, who has 4-5.
Yeah, well, the blinds are now 5 and 10,000, so this 20,000 raise was only double the blind, and I guess that has brought Goodwin in to find second pair.
5-8 deuce, but Kalakis has got queen 10 of hearts for the flush draw and
Under call.
moved all in and called.
Yeah, and Goodwin is not in good shape here, even though he's got the best hand with the 2 5s, Kenna James. 2 overcards plus the flush draw, I would imagine, is the favorite.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I am shocked how quick these chips go in the pot. But maybe, you know, the cork is off the bottle and the pressure is released. The turn card A3 giving now Mark Goodwin the open end straight draw to go with it. He doesn't need it. He already has the best hand, as you can see. 68% favorite to hold up. Kalakis needs a queen, a 10, or a heart.
Ba-boom.
It is the 3 of hearts.
And Achilles Kalakis makes the flush on the river.
It was just 1 card lighter than I thought.
72,000.
Mark's got a great hand.
Wow. How about Mark Goodwin? Said he could see it coming like a bus, and he was in the middle of the road with nowhere to go. He got run over, and wham, his chip stack is suddenly flattened and finds himself now at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, Goodwin would have gone well to the chip lead there, but as it is, he's short. Whereas Kalakis stacking, chirping, loving life. Wham, bam, no thank you, ma'am. Kenna James, that pot pretty much determined between Goodwin and Kalakis who was going to be going forward.
Well, I got to tell you, that was a shocking development, how quick those chips went in the pot. It's like, you know, the 2 top pros are gone. Let's get in there and gamble it up. But I got to tell you, this Achilles Kalakis, very successful in business and now in poker. You got to wonder what is the correlation, the successful tendencies in both, do they transfer over? It's certainly showing that they do tonight.
Seems like these guys are now playing big blind poker. What's going to be most important if someone wants to separate themselves from the 4?
Well, just, maintaining their composure, maintaining their discipline and patience in the face of adversity is what's going to make the difference in who's going to come out on top.
Can't sweat if you want the geld. Let's see who's got the mustard. Still 4, but Goodwin in a very short position on the basis of a flush on the river. And his head is down now, Kenna James. He knows what he has to do, but can he do it with only 55,000? That is Flanders, who will be in first position, although there's only one big blind here because...
Pass.
Oh,
Excuse me, there is 2 big blinds. There's 2 blinds, and Mark Goodwin is in the small blind and has moved all in with the ace. And they're going to count it up.
Yeah, we'll see here if...
You know, I think Flanders limped with the 2 sevens, and now
45. 45.
Mark Goodwin just finds an ace. That's what he was looking for, any ace or a pair to get his chips in the middle.
Yeah,
he found it, but again, against 2 sevens, he finds himself significant underdog, over 2-1 underdog. He's going to need some help.
Goodwin
looking
for a race, but he's found himself in a bad situation, needing that bullet or he is out.
And there it is, a bullet. The first real adversity that Tim Flanders has faced. Doesn't make Mark Goodwin that happy after losing that last pot. He finds it hard to show some joy, but he's just got to dodge one last card, make sure it's not a 7. He'll double up and at least still have some hope in this match. It'll put him over 100,000.
Tim has gone very tight-lipped here, and
Best laid plans.
yeah, as Tim says, best laid plans. It was almost like Tim played there to get that limp
I've got to get it cooled anyway.
call all in. He got it, was in beautiful shape, and still Mark stacking the chips down, up, around for Goodwin, and Mr. Cool will have to feel like he's well in this one. He's not far from average. If you're finding you're loving poker, then log on to the website www.5.tv/poker to find out more about the game. You can perfect your skills and test yourself to find out how good a player you really are. Plus, there's great downloadable video tutorials from leading players. And of course, clicking on Win will take you to our competition details. Blind on blind here. Goodwin with a little limp in to Kalakis' 8-4. And there's only 20,000 in the kitty. Action will be on Marky Mark. That's a nice flop. 2 pair.
8, 9, 10. Absolutely. 2 pair.
If it comes a jack,
Goodwin.
and it has,
Check,
Kalakis has
check,
made
check.
bottom straight. Goodwin with the 2 pair. What are these guys up to?
Well, Goodwin suddenly, with a glance up at the
Check.
dealer, as if to say, I can't believe what card fell there, was slow playing and slow played him right into...
Can't show mine because it's just too embarrassing. I'll let them all laugh about it later.
We can't laugh later. We're laughing now, not at you, but with you, Mark, at your sense of dry humor.
He's not going to say
I paid more
anything.
because I wanted to shoot myself after I didn't get past the flop. Because guess what? You had 1 out and it was a jack.
Yeah.
Yes. Even runner didn't help you. Only jack. That's how bad it was. So I waited till I went behind and then I paid you.
Well, it's good to
I'm going all in.
have
I'm not calling anymore.
All in.
be self-analytical in your game. A limp in here from Little. All-in move. 1 thin blue stack from Mark Goodwin, who's found a suited ace. And let's It's a pretty big raise. It's about 60,000 more. Little's actually got a better hand here, Kenneth.
He does, but he does not have position. And how about